Transfer fees and player wages have gone through the roof in recent seasons, but the key for every club spending big remains the same: value for money. Kevin De Bruyne is paid an eye-watering £280,000 per week by Manchester City, but he is inspiring his team on a potentially record-breaking romp to the Premier League title, so you'll find nobody quibbling about his pay packet. But with many big-name players now taking home north of £200,000 each and every week, are clubs getting bang for their buck? Sportsmail crunched the numbers. The top 10 earners, weekly wage: Alexis Sanchez now tops the Premier League's wage list after his move to Manchester United saw him net a deal worth £350,000 PW, and with bonuses he can net up to a scarcely believable £600,000 PW. But the list has been shuffled considerably since the season commenced on August 11th. A new deal for Arsenal playmaker Mesut Ozil saw him swap his £140,000 a week deal for a bumper £300,000 a week contract. The huge hike in Ozil's salary saw him split the United pairing of Sanchez and Paul Pogba, £290,000 PW. A third United player, Romelu Lukaku, £250,000 PW, also features on the list. De Bruyne, the favourite to clean up at the Player of the Year awards, was rewarded by City for his stunning contribution so far this season as he agreed a £280,000 a week offer, replacing his previous wage of £115,000 PW. The Belgian midfielder has City teammates Sergio Aguero and Yaya Touré, both on £220,000 PW, for company on the list. Eden Hazard, £200,000 PW, is the sole representative for Antonio Conte's Chelsea. The major names who don't make the top 10 are Harry Kane, £110,000 PW, and Mohamed Salah, £90,000 PW, the two players battling it out for the Premier League's Golden Boot. Both Tottenham and Liverpool are considerably more conservative than their top 6 rivals when it comes to wages, with new Anfield recruit Virgil van Dijk assuming the final place in the top 10 alongside Arsenal striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, with both signing £180,000 a week deals in January. But WHO's actually earned the most this season? A crucial element in an analysis of wages and player earnings is that there has been movement since the season began 32 full weeks ago due to the January transfer window and new contracts being signed. For example, while Sanchez now tops the weekly wage list, he did not do so while at Arsenal, so he is not actually the Premier League's highest earner so far this season. In terms of cumulative earnings this season, he is actually only 7th on the list with £5.92 million, having earned £130,000 PW for the bulk of the season at Arsenal. Pogba is the man who has taken home the most money this season so far, with his £290,000 weekly wage netting him a cool £9.28 million by mid-March. United players account for 4 of the top 10 and 3 of the top 5, with Belgian striker Lukaku, £8 million, pipping Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who earned £7.04 million from his £220,000 PW contract until it was cancelled this week ahead of his move to LA Galaxy. Aguero and Touré are joint third with Ibrahimovic, while Hazard sits 6th in the pay stakes. Ozil slips down to 8th on £5.6 million while teammate Alexander Lacazette creeps into the top 10 on £5.44 million. De Bruyne occupies the final place in the season earnings list, having accrued £5 million so far this season. Van Dijk took home close to £65,000 PW at Southampton, and despite a huge wage rise he falls far below his rivals here. Salah, £2.88 million, is again missing. What is value for money? Players offer qualities beyond what the bare statistics say. Experience, dressing room influence and leadership are just some examples. These, however, are impossible to quantify. The simplest way to analyze a player's contributions to the team effort is by pinpointing the most vital areas in which they affect matches. For attacking players that means goals and assists. These are the crude statistics on which a player will ultimately be judged, both right now and particularly in posterity. A player who offers the most of these key contributions for the least amount of money can, therefore, broadly be said to be offering their club the best value for money. So do the league's top earners give value for money? While they often get labeled as having bought success, City can point to excellent value returns from their highly paid stars. De Bruyne has registered a combined total of 21 goals and assists for Pep Guardiola's side this season, meaning he costs City £238,095 per goal or assist. Pogba's 12 goals and assists total leaves his employers asking for more at a cost of £773,333 per key contribution. Sanchez's poor form since arriving at United on big money has seen him earn £538,182 per goal or assist this season. In better news for the United hierarchy, Lukaku, £380,952 per goal or assist, is offering better value for his huge wages. Lacazette, £453,333, earns a credible position in these standings, above Hazard, £457,143, in fact, after his impressive early season form. But game time could now come at a premium after the arrival of Aubameyang, so the Frenchman's value for money will likely worsen before the curtain falls on the season. The most startling figures are how much both Manchester clubs have forked out for peripheral stars Yaya Toure and Ibrahimovic, the former out of favour and the latter now linking up with LA Galaxy. They have both earned the same as Aguero, £7.04 million, remember, who has played a huge part in firing City towards the title. By contrast, Toure has provided just a single assist in the Premier League so far this season while Ibrahimovic made no key contributions. What about the rest? Are others providing better value for money? Quite simply, yes. Some players earning far lower wages than some of the names in the top 10 list are contributing more to their clubs at a lower cost this season. Salah and Roberto Firmino are thriving at Liverpool and their combined 58 goals and assists offer terrific value for money. Salah's key contributions come at a cost of £77,838 each for Liverpool, which makes him the best value for money player in the Premier League in these terms. His goals and assists are 10 times cheaper than Pogba's at United. Firmino's figure of £103,619 in wages per goal or assist makes his key contributions better value than all of the top 10 highest earners in the Premier League this season, and the same can also be said for Harry Kane, £135,385, and Raheem Sterling, £196,364. Tottenham would be wise to look at improving the terms of Son Heung-min as the Korean usurps Kane to take third spot in the value standings. P.S. What about David De Gea? David De Gea is actually the joint 9th best paid player in the Premier League, earning £200,000 PW at Manchester United, meaning he has been paid £6.4 million so far this season. His value for money to United is beyond question, having rescued them countless times already this season. But he is also the only one of the league's top 10 earners who is a goalkeeper, making it hard to compare his value against the others in the list, who are all attackers. They are judged on goals and assists, while De Gea could be judged by number of clean sheets or saves made, but that would make for an unsatisfactory comparison with outfield players. So, for the purposes of this analysis, De Gea has been excluded from the tables above. Instead, below is an alternative value for money table for the top 6 sides' goalkeepers, which is topped, perhaps surprisingly, by Liverpool's Loris Karius. The German stopper has only recently established himself as the undisputed number 1 at Anfield, but given he takes home £25,000 PW, his 6 clean sheets have each cost the Reds a mere £133,333. In fact, while De Gea's heroics have benefited United hugely this season, he has the most clean sheets so far this season in the Premier League. His salary dwarfs that of his rival No One's, and as a consequence his place in the value for money standings sees him sit 6th. Hugo Lloris, Petr Cech and Thibaut Courtois all earn half as much as De Gea and thus boast a better value record this season. But, as with all the players above, there are some qualities you just can't put a price on. Jose Mourinho would no doubt argue that is the case with De Gea.